Yeah, I mean, it was fun. I think it was ironic that I got asked this question last week, and I was trying to be as truthful as I could because it is a fun 3.5 hour window watching the guys go do their thing and just having communication with the quarterback. But like always, there's just total collaboration, and communication throughout our staff. Whether it's Sean and I, but everyone's always involved on every single series, particularly between the series. So it was cool, but what was more cool was watching the guys do their thing and play at a really high clip.
Will you guys do that? Will you handle that again this week, or is the plan for Sean?
No, that was if you would have saw him Friday or Saturday morning, you totally understand. He's been pretty honest with you guys as well.
This Detroit defense with Hutchinson back out, how are they playing?
Yeah, they play so hard. I mean, they take after their coach, they take after their city. They've had an incredible foundation since Dan took over. Played them late in the year in 22 when I was with the Jets, and couldn't be more impressed with their play style on both sides of the ball, and nothing's dropped off. All they've done is just get better football players in there each and every year. I mean, they are just loaded with talent on both sides of the ball. Hutch is an absolute freak, in terms of the way he plays on the edge. It's never been different since the time, dating back to obviously his time in Michigan and all that. So, no, it's that same Detroit every time you pop on the tape. You guys better strap up for 60 minutes, 3.5 hours, whatever it's going to take. Yeah, I mean, he's a stud. There's no doubt. But like we always say here, and I know they're saying the same thing, like all 32 buildings, next man up, and they're gonna. Whoever comes in there, it's just like San Fran losing Fred. They're playing good defense over there in San Francisco, because there is a culture, there's a standard. What Brian Branch is going to miss on the field, like, he's taught through the way he plays and his actions, whoever that next guy is, So, yeah, there's no doubt about it. He's one of the best in this league. You miss guys like that, but again, the standard's the standard there, so there's going to be no drop-off.
Obviously, there's been a lot of talk about Blake Corum over the last couple of weeks, but kind of going back to last year to now, what have you seen the biggest shift for him that's allowed the coaching staff to put so much weight on?
I think it's just, again, the comfort level, in terms of just being in year two. Kyron got the fair share, as well documented and noted. Having this last off season, you could just see him just getting more and more comfortable. Like, it's not as easy as just standing back 7.5 yards behind the quarterback and getting a handoff right or left. There's a lot of intricacies with it. Not that he was behind it all, it's just he was a rookie, and so again, you can just see the comfort level, and with the comfort level comes confidence. With the confidence comes what you guys are seeing on Sunday. So it's not shocking to me that he's producing at that level. Again, it's a credit to the other 10 guys on the field at all times. But there's no doubt he's playing at a high clip.
He takes a step forward like that. What do you feel like that does for Kyron Williams to be able to have another guy to take?
Yeah, I mean, it's again the running backs. I don't know how close you guys have been down to the field when there's an actual game going on, but it's like a car wreck every time someone's getting hit. And the backs obviously touch the ball more than anyone. So anytime that you can take a little bit off of their load, it's just going to help them in the long run. And freak things do happen by the play. I get that, but through time, if they stay healthy, you just naturally you're going to be a little bit fresher. So again, I think you'd have to ask Kyron that how he feels. I know from my vantage point, he looks like it's weekend, and in both mind and spirit and body. So it's been a cool little deal that they both have their little change ups, but I think they fit well off each other.
How does that pressure on the defense relate to backs and freshmen?
I think it's just that, I mean, the fresher you're going to be, the better you would think you're going to be, So I think that's probably the pressures on the defense.
There's been more explosive runs, this year than last year. Is that something that you guys focus on trying to improve, or is that just kind of come naturally with with the success of the run game?
I think there's a lot of factors to it. I think part of it's what we were just saying in the last two questions in terms of guys maybe just being a tick fresher, not just throughout a game, but throughout a week. I think our offensive line is playing at a high clip right now, creating a lot of space. The before there's touch at the second level. I think our receivers are doing a great job of getting connected on the second level and continue to strain. I think our tight ends, 1, 2, or 3 of them are doing a great job of what we're asking them to do. I think Matthew's doing a great job of getting us in the right play. And I think the backs, when they get to the free hitter, the scholarship player, if you will, I think they're doing a good job of making them miss. Not every time. I mean, it's the league. The defense is saying it too. But anytime you run the ball, as I just kind of stated right there, it takes all 11 guys. And whatever we're asking schematically, it really doesn't matter unless they're making it come to life. And right now they are.
Sean said that 2-2 was going to be up this week, and so as the offense has evolved when he's been on IR, how do you work him, back into the scheme?
Our problem, and that's a good problem, right? There's a lot of guys that you want to get out on that field. There's a lot of guys that deserve to touch the football, but ultimately there's only one football and there's only 5 eligibles we can put out there at a time, So I know Matthew considers himself an eligible. We'll let him stand back there and just do what he does. No, it's, we'll see. I mean, a lot of times the stuff organically works its way out. It's just good to have him back out there and have the availability to, do what we need.
What do you feel like it's as healthy as players have sustained in the last 2 years?
I think it's somewhat of the same answer as Corum in terms of, the more he's been out there, the more confident he's been. I think the better the performer. He's just touching the surface, in my opinion. Steve Avila can be as good as he wants to be, period. And I think you see that when you pop on the tape on Sunday. So, it's fun to watch him. He's such a likable dude. You can't mistake his kindness for weakness by any means. But as he's just kind of continuing to figure this thing out, I think he's realizing, the sky's the limit for him. He's seeing what's hot. Thanks, guys. Take care.